Hii Western yote hakuna mgawanyiko at all.
Mimi si kwa nimekosa kazi ya kufanya.
Sasa mambo ya siasa.
For decades, Western Kenya has been one of Kenya's most politically influential regions. It has produced some of the country's biggest political figures. From the late Michael Wamalwa Kijana to Musalia Mudavadi, of course his father Moses Mudavadi, to Moses Wetangula, to Wycliffe Oparanya, and powerful trade union leaders like Francis Atwoli. But today, Western Kenya finds itself at the center of one of Kenya's most fierce political contests. President William Ruto is determined to tighten his grip on the region, while the opposition is equally determined to win it back. Now, the question is, who will control Western Kenya in 2027? Today, we examine the political heavyweights, the shifting alliances, and why this region could decide Kenya's next presidential election. Let's start here. Why does Western Kenya matter? Western Kenya is more than just another voting bloc. It comprises counties including Kakamega, Bungoma, Busia, Vihiga, Trans Nzoia, Bungoma, parts of Nandi, and neighboring areas that often influence regional politics. Combined, the region accounts for millions of registered voters, making it one of the country's most sought-after electoral battlegrounds. No serious presidential candidate can afford to ignore Western Kenya. Historically, the region has never voted as one unit. Different counties have often packed different political parties and leaders. That makes Western both unpredictable and politically valuable. So, now, what is William Ruto's grand strategy? President William Ruto appears to have adopted a long-term strategy. Rather than relying solely on campaign rallies, he has strengthened his alliance with influential regional leaders. Among the biggest names are Musalia Mudavadi, who is now the Prime Cabinet Secretary. Mudavadi remains one of the region's most recognizable political figures. His entry into Kenya Kwanza before the 2022 election significantly boosted Ruto's support across parts of Western Kenya. Many observers believe Mudavadi gives Ruto credibility among voters who previously supported ANC. The second figure is Moses Wetangula, the Speaker of the National Assembly, who now continues to command influence, particularly in Bungoma County. Through Ford Kenya, Wetangula remains one of Western's longest-serving political leaders. His continued partnership with President Ruto has helped Kenya Kwanza maintain a strong presence in the regions. What is the government development agenda in regards to Western? Now, UDA leaders consistently argue that roads, electricity, affordable housing, markets, and agricultural investments demonstrate the government's commitment to Western Kenya. The message is simple: judge us by development. Whether voters agree will become clear in 2027. So now, let's ask ourselves, can the opposition fight back? Despite Kenya Kwanza's gains, the opposition still has influential figures. Let's talk of Wycliffe Oparanya. The former Kakamega governor remains one of the most experienced politicians in Western Kenya, who is now serving in the national government as Cabinet Secretary for Cooperatives and MSMEs. Oparanya's political positioning continues to attract attention. Some political observers speculate about his future ambitions, while others see him as an important bridge between regional and national politics. So now, let's talk about Francis Atwoli, the longest-serving Court of Secretary General, who now continues to wield influence through the labor movement. Although he does not hold any elective office, Atwoli remains an important political voice. His public statements often shape national political conversations. Also, we do have young leaders. The opposition also hopes to mobilize young leaders and grassroots organizers who argue that the region deserves strong bargaining power regardless of which coalition forms government. What is now the real battle? The real contest is not only between politicians. It is a battle for young votes, farmers, sugar belt politics, employment infrastructure, business opportunities, costs of living. These issues may ultimately influence voters more than party defections or political rallies. So now, can President Ruto sweep Western? Political analysts generally agree on one point, that President Ruto does not necessarily need to win every county overwhelmingly. If he can maintain or improve his 2022 performance while limiting opposition margins, Western Kenya could significantly strengthen its national re-election prospects. The opposition, on the other hand, will seek to rebuild its support and prevent Kenya Kwanza from expanding further. That makes every rally, every alliance, and every local election outcome in the region politically significant. The battle for Western Kenya has already begun. President William Ruto has invested heavily in alliances with Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula. Meanwhile, influential figures such as Wycliffe Oparanya, Francis Atwoli, now Natembeya comes to the picture, and we also see by Edwin Watanya Sifuna to shape the political conversation in the region. As 2027 draws closer, Western Kenya is once again likely to become one of the country's most closely watched political backgrounds. The leaders may campaign, of course, the parties may compete, but in the end, it will be the people of Western Kenya who decide which direction the region takes, and their decision could have a profound impact on the outcome of Kenya's next presidential election. What do you think? Who will shape Western Kenya's political ambitions in the next coming general elections? If you enjoyed this documentary, like this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our in-depth analysis of Kenya's biggest political stories. I am Winston Ondari for National Alert TV.